On behalf of Bucco Banter, good luck, Pirates.
We're all rooting for you.
People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end. People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a one-boy, cuddly toy, my up, my down, my pride and joy. People, let me tell you about him. He's so much fun. Whether we're talking man to man or whether we're talking sun to sun, 'cause he's my best friend. Yeah, he's my best friend. La la, ba da 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 ya, ba da 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 ba, ba da 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 ya.
Welcome to Bucco Banter, the postseason. And as usual, I am Fred Rossano.
I'm Matt Peaslee, and as you can see, we're both donning our postseason attire, ready for another edition of Bucktober. Holy cow.
Yes. And Matt, it was a tough time there toward the end of the weekend there. We came close, but not quite.
Yeah, could have won the division there with a couple more wins. Another Cardinals loss. Had a chance to do a play-in game to see who won the division, which would have been cool. Would have been nice to be division champs, not have to worry about the wild card game, but that's not how things panned out. And it's Pirates-Giants in the National League wild card game.
Well, there was a lot of decision-making, or at least on the part of the people outside of the Pirates, as far as who should pitch that final game
on Sunday against the Reds.
And I think a lot of it went back to that Saturday game. If we would have won that Saturday game, unfortunately we lost 10-6. But at first I was disagreeing with that decision to start Cole, but then after hearing Hurdle, and he got me fired up to say, you go 162 games, you go with the guys. You're not going to change anything after 161 games.
It was inspiring to hear. He's talking about, he's like, we would do a disservice to Roberto Clemente and Willie Stargell if we don't try our best to win the division. And I really like Hurdle's reasoning behind it. Cole pitched well enough to get the win there.
That's just unfortunate we're facing Cueto,
and who a nice moment for him getting his 20th victory, bringing in the winning hit at the plate. But it's over and done with. That happened. And the thing about it is Garrett Cole hopefully will get another chance to go in the playoffs in the division series going up against the Nationals if the Pirates get past the Giants. But I also like the fact that Clint Hurdle shows faith in Edison Volquez to pitch this wild card game against the Giants.
He was awesome in September. He was just dominant.
He's on fire. He's on a roll. And I think when they come back to PNC Park with the Giants coming in, he's primed to give a performance on the mound like Francisco Liriano did last year against the Reds, pitching us well enough to get the victory.
I'm happy from the standpoint, too, that it's a home game. If it was going to San Francisco, I wouldn't be as confident. I mean, you never know what's going to happen, but I feel a lot more confident being at home in front of that crowd.
Yeah, it's going to be
everybody getting fired up again. Yeah, may not be quite as big as last year, but
everyone's still going to be wearing black, twirling those rally towels, and the home crowd is going to be on our side. And I don't think there's many Giants fans that are going to be making the 3,000-mile trip across the country to see him play at PNC Park. But things are on the Pirates' side. They took the season series against the Giants, but the Giants.
What was the interesting part of that?
Winning against the Giants?
Yeah, the one game that they won, it was a historic game.
I don't recall.
That was the game in which Starling Marte scored, and the umpire had called him out.
Was it against the Giants?
It was overturned, and they were the first one in the history.
Okay, so that was pretty early
to
in the
win
season.
The game.
That was in April, I believe, April or May. Yeah, when it slides head first at home, Buster Posey doesn't get the tag down, and they were Joe West. Joe West says safe.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And unfortunately, the other part of that was when they had the walk in San Francisco, and Chris Stewart was running to first, walking to first, and Travis Snyder then he got the double play on an intentional or on a walk.
Right, that was that afternoon game in
they
San
lost
Francisco.
That one.
Yeah, so it's just 162 games and so many different moments that allow the Pirates to get into this postseason.
These two teams are very, very. I think the run differential was the same, and I was reading somewhere where they had the two teams going position by position, and it's almost They're almost
mirror images.
Yeah.
So, Madison Bumgarner is one of the top pitchers in the National League. He comes in with one of the highest strikeout rates. I think he's got 12 or 13 wins this year, low ERA. So, and again, the season Volquez had too. He's the tough pitcher. I'm sure the Giants aren't going to be too happy to be facing him. So I'm expecting a pitcher's duel, and whoever can score first in this game sets the tone. And
that's huge. And the other thing too is, hopefully Russell Martin will be able to play.
Yeah, he had some hamstring problems, and and Chris Stewart got injured there in that Sunday game, and whoever would have thought Tony Sanchez might have a chance to be that impact player, whether for good or bad, in a crucial game. So we'll just have to see what happens with the lineup, but I think we're both fairly confident. So, Fred, what's your prediction for this wild card game?
I am predicting the Pirates win 4-2. What's your prediction on that?
I'm going 3-1 Pirates. 3-1 Pirates. I think we'll get a home run out of Travis Snyder, just somebody different stepping up.
He's a lefty against a lefty.
2-run home run, Travis Snyder, and we'll produce another run somehow with either Josh Harrison bringing in that run or. And then the Giants will end up manufacturing a run. Maybe I think the Giants might actually score first in this one, but the Pirates rally and come back in the later innings.
I don't want the Giants to score.
Me neither. But that's the Pirates have 41 comeback wins this year, most in the National League. So that would just be indicative of this whole season if they could pull off a win like that.
I'm going to go a little different than your two players. I think either Starling Marte,
who's been hot,
or Jordy Mercer are going to be,
who's been solid too. Yeah.
Are going to be come up with one of the key hits.
Well, I'm excited.
So am I.
This is what we waited all year for.
Exactly.
And
that was the other thing Hurdle said. You start in February and you talk about this and that. He goes, "You're not going to turn your back on this. You want to win. You want to win your division. That's your goal, to win the division."
And I'm just glad we had a chance for that. Who cares that we fall short? We're in the playoffs, and
that's all you can ask.
We're ready to go even further. So let's go Bucks.
Let's go Bucks.
The one person behind me said, the first time he said Pirates, and then he said Bucks.
All right, not that I wasn't listening to you, but I wasn't really. I was thinking of something else.
Mike, if it makes you feel any better, I wasn't listening to you either.
What did you just say?